Hey guys, so in this first tutorial what I want to show you is how to look up for the best references in computer vision. If you guys are studying out in vision and want to know who the top authors are, what are the top organizations, and what the top conferences are. I was pretty much lost about 2 or 3 years ago when I started out, and I wanted to share that information with you. So this is kind of like an overview of what we'll be seeing. Um, We'll be using Microsoft Academic Search first, where we'll see the top authors, organizations, and conferences, and I'll show you guys how to do that in a step-by-step basis. And then we'll go to Google Scholar, and I think that's pretty much well known for everyone. If you don't know about Google Scholar, we'll go over that as well. It's free and it's pretty simple. And at the end, we'll check out some quite interesting perks of what to do when you visit a scholar's website. Like what to do if you're looking for an internship, or if you want to contact or write a professor, where should you look, what are like the do's and don'ts. So I don't know, this is my first video and hopefully it'll run smoothly. So the first thing we're going to do is go to Microsoft Academic Search, and this is the website. So this is like the first layout. And you usually see, I don't know if you guys have gone to this website before, it has just like a lot of authors, and these are like in multiple domains, multiple universities, and as you can see here, it's like subdivided in agricultural science, biology, chemistry, CS. I actually believe that because it's Microsoft, this is the best resource if you want to look CS related stuff. So if you want to look in like physics, let's just like try that for a while. You can see that there are certain like top professors and publications and journals as well. We'll go to those details later. But because it's Microsoft, and Microsoft is basically like computer science, then it was originally created only for CS at the beginning. So let's go to CS first if we want to do computer vision. You can change this if you're like in another community, let's say data mining or HCI, information retrieval or machine learning. So I do computer vision. So before going into that, actually, like, even if computer science is a huge domain, you'll see like a list of like top authors in computer science. So like Hector Garcia Molina from Stanford, for example. Let's just like give a quick check on his profile. You see like some very basic statistics of his number of publications, citations, which is really high. You can see a cumulative distribution and an annual distribution of his publications year by year, and his top papers too. Google Scholar, I actually like Google Scholar more, like when it comes to looking about publications and like rankings of a specific author. But I'm just gonna show you Microsoft Academic Search first because they have a very good ranking system for when it comes to conferences, authors, and papers, and even domains, and that's something Google Scholar still doesn't have yet. So in Vision, let's go here first, and you see, okay, boom, there it is, top authors in computer vision. For those of you already familiar with computer vision, you'll pretty much notice that Andrew Zisserman is almost always number one, along with Jitendra Malik and Cordelia Schmidt. I've had the chance to actually hear the three of them speak at a summer school, as well as who else here? Not Luke Van Gogh. Actually, those three, they're more well, so you can see more, and they're like flawless presenters, and they have different styles of teaching and exposing their ideas in vision. And it's interesting to see how, for example, Jitendra Malik talks about vision from a more engineering point of view, while Zisserman talks from a more mathematical point of view. Cordelia talks from a more machine learning point of view, and so on. So here you can see like the top authors in computer vision. So let's say you're studying out, you want to say, okay, so it's like if, I don't know, like you're a girl and you want to know who has the best fashion trends, who should I follow on Twitter. It's like this is almost like the same thing, but like if you're into research, or if like you're a guy and you're like into like soccer and stuff like that, and you're like, okay, so who are the best, like, I mean, it's kind of easy if you do that, I guess. You can just like pretty much Google that up and say, okay, who are the top strikers in the European Soccer League, and you'll get that result. But like, if I do that here in Google, I mean, actually, let me try. Like, okay, top strikers in European soccer. you look at like a list of names. So here's like, see, Messi, greatest soccer players of all time, blah blah blah. Let's see, like, if we can do something similar with like computer vision, like top authors in computer vision. So actually we can, and I don't know if you guys have done it before, and we go to Microsoft Academic Search. So pretty much we end up at the same place. So if you haven't Googled that, I mean, you should. So let me get back here. So before moving to my next subject, which was the top organizations, I just want to talk a bit more about this. Yeah, so you see the ranking number, their institution as well. No, this isn't INRIA. Like Oxford, CMU, Microsoft, MIT, Columbia, Microsoft, Berkeley. Oh, I think, yeah, this is INRIA, the French Institute for Research in Computer Science and Control. Because Cordelia is at INRIA. Peter Burns at Caltech, Roberto Cipolla is at Cambridge, Mubarak Shah, he's a really good professor. He has open lectures on YouTube as well. You should Google him. His lectures are free. Tommy Poggio, who's more of like a human vision guy, who's kind of like a hybrid as well in computer vision, but he's in more biologically inspired human vision research. Bill Freeman, who's like an all-star at MIT. Trevor Durrell, Philip Torr. Now I think now he's at Oxford instead of Oxford Brookes. Solato, who's like this Italian superstar boss who always likes to be very mathematical about his formulations and ideas whenever he speaks, and he's very like impositive, I guess. But I really like his aggressive style of speaking, and he did his PhD at Caltech and in control theory, so he's very rigorous in everything he does. Marshall Hebert is also like an all-star at CMU, along with Alyosha Efros, who I don't see here, but I think his rankings might be a little bit below. But there's like, so just before I go over some more names, oh, this guy's pretty interesting before I move on. Alan Ueil. He's someone who does research in computer vision, and he's a professor at UCLA, and his PhD advisor was actually Stephen Hawking. So that's like being a total boss. I don't know how someone can do such a like hybrid like crossover from like physics to computer science and still be like total cool with that. So okay, so here the ranking, it says all years. You can switch to like the last 5 years. So say you want you don't want like the general overview, you want to be more specific and say, okay, I want to know in the last 5 years, because I'm about to start I'm applying for my PhD next year, and I need to know who I should like, whose research I should follow and what website should I visit. So here I have the rank, right? So Cordelia here is like number 1, then it's Andrew, Thomas Huang from UIUC. I think we should probably see Fei Li from Stanford, Suang Sheng. Suang was the advisor of an advisor I had at Virginia Tech while I interned there. So Marcel Hebert here is actually better ranked. Antonio Torralba as well. He's like these are like maybe like the new vision generation that's like in trend now, compared to like the other rating that we had that was probably like who were like the hot vision researchers like 10 years ago. These are like the hot vision researchers now, and you probably won't see who the hot vision researchers are or will be in 5 years, because they still haven't ranked a lot in the list. But you could see some, for example, Philip Torr, who's been pretty like consistent year round. Jitendra Malik will probably always be in the top 50. Alyosha Efros, I really love his speaking style and his ideas. All of his graduate students are pretty amazing, and they're like excel in almost everything they do. So let's visit like Alyosha's website. Or actually I'll leave that for the end. But you can see like basic stats: publications 72, citations 4,500, fields computer vision, graphics, AI.